Activate or deactivate plan route. This topic explains how to activate and deactivate a route for monitoring. A route becomes active as soon as it has been loaded for monitoring. It should be kept in mind that only a saved route can be started for navigating. Activate route. Access the menu. Click on the route monitoring icon, and the relevant dialog box pops up. To start a route for navigating, click on the route combo box, and select the desired route name from the drop-down menu. Route comments are also displayed for quick information. Automatically, the voyage information dialog box pops up, and the activated route is displayed in red color. The next waypoint is displayed as blue double circles. Note: the route can be loaded, even if it has not passed the route check. Route file list. To access the file operation, click on the respective button in the route monitoring dialog box. The File Operations dialog box displays all existing route files, and contains the following information. Name: the name of a certain route file. Comment: additional route file information, if any. Date, UTC. Route file creation date. Read only. When this checkbox is activated, allows the user to read only. To activate a certain route for monitoring, select the respective checkbox next to the route's name, and click Open. To delete an outdated route that is not currently monitored, select it, and then click Delete. Editing a monitored route. To edit a monitored route, right-click on a leg of the monitored route in the chart area, and select Edit this route from the context menu. Note: the route is still activated for navigation, although it is displayed and handled in the route planning mode. In order to edit the route, carry out the instructions as described in Topic 5.2.2. To save the edited route, click on the Save button. The System dialog box pops up. To overwrite the monitored route, click on the Yes button. To store the route as a new route file, click on the Save As button, enter the new name in the respective text box, and confirm with Save. To return to the monitoring display, click on the Close button of the Route Planning dialog box. The previously saved route is activated and displayed for monitoring. Deactivate route. If the route monitoring dialog box has been closed, access the menu, and click on the route monitoring icon. To deactivate a monitored route, click on the route combo box, and select Unload from the drop-down menu. The route is deactivated and removed from the chart pane. Display of active route data and alerts. As soon as a route has been started for navigation, the route monitoring dialog box becomes active. This route monitoring feature enables the operator to monitor all aspects of a route against the own ship's course, speed, and other parameters. Display settings. Access the menu. Select the view, and open the Options submenu. Click on Route in the classification pane. The following options can be set in order to customize the route information to be displayed on the chart pane. Date and time for monitoring can be used to define the arrival time display format, UTC or local mean time. Show ETA checkbox can be used to activate the display of ETAs. Cross-track distance limit line checkbox is used to activate the display of the cross-track distance corridor, depending on the selected navigation marking system, EALA A or EALA B. Show waypoint name checkbox activates the display of waypoint names, depending on the selected font size, standard, or small. To display the cross-track distance corridor for Region B, activate the cross-track distance limit line checkbox, and select EALA B. The color of the cross-track lines will be displayed accordingly. Route Settings. Access the menu. Click on the Settings icon. Select Route in the Classification pane. The following parameters can be defined in the Editing pane, and will be displayed on the Chart pane. Distance Calculation Mode. To calculate the straight distance between two waypoints, select Straight Radio button. To calculate the real sailing distance between two waypoints, select with Turn Radio button. Monitoring is used to define the waypoint monitoring method, as defined in the route. To use the Set Waypoint Circle, select the Arrival Circle Radio button. The warning "Arrived at Waypoint" will be triggered when the circle has been reached. To use the computed Wheel Over line, select the Wheel Over line Radio button. The warning "Arrived at Wheel Over line" will be triggered when the wheel over line has been reached. Track Control Settings. Access the menu. Click on the alert icon and select Track Control in the Classification panel. The following route monitoring alerts can be defined in the Editing panel. Course Difference Warning. The warning will be triggered if the difference between owned ship's heading and leg bearing exceeds the set limit. End of Track Warning. An alarm will be triggered at a certain time period, prior to the owned ship reaching the last waypoint. Early Course Change Warning. A warning will be generated at a certain time period, prior to the owned ship reaching the wheel over point. Route Monitoring dialog box. Access the menu and click on the Route Monitoring icon. The Route Monitoring dialog provides the following options. To waypoint, voyage information, voyage calculation, pair of data, to waypoint. It is used to specify a waypoint. To do so, select it from the waypoint combo box. To reactivate the automatic selection of the next waypoint the vessel is proceeding to, open again the waypoint combo box and select Auto Select. Voyage information. In the Route Monitoring dialog box, select Voyage information to open the relevant dialog. It is used to monitor voyage statuses, execute course changes, and terminate automatic navigation. All the voyage-related information is displayed on the screen. Route name. Waypoint information. The information which is displayed in this dialog box refers to the waypoint displayed in the Route Monitoring combo box. Next waypoint information. Automatic sailing information. Switching tab. If installed on the ECDIS, the automatic sailing information panel displays course to steer, to be transmitted to autopilot. Track control stop, which stops the automatic sailing. Steering joystick mode, which contains turning and heading information. Total distance information, and expected ETA to the final waypoint. Schedule calculation. Click on the Voyage Calculation button in the Route Monitoring dialog. This function is used to calculate the expected waypoint arrival time, the time required, and required ship speed. It is also used to calculate the distance between 2 points. The Schedule tab is pre-selected in the pop-up Voyage Calculation dialog box. The information provided are displayed on the screen. The destined waypoint can be selected from the combo box. Distance to wheelover line displays a distance from the owned ship's position to the selected waypoint. Time to wheelover line displays the required traveling time, based on the position from the current speed over ground value, to the destined waypoint. ETA displays a time at arrival of the destined waypoint from the current speed over ground value. Calculation methods are displayed along with their defined values. To start the calculation, select the desired waypoint in the destined waypoint combo box, and activate the desired calculation method radio button. Next, enter the desired value on the activated numerical field, and confirm with Enter. The affected values will change accordingly. Distance calculation. Click on the Distance tab in the Voyage Calculation dialog box. The From panel is used to define the calculation start point. The available options are: to start from a waypoint, which can be selected from the relevant combo box. To calculate from a point on the route, by clicking on the Edit button, and then selecting a position on the chart pane. To use ship's position as a starting point. Define the waypoint to be passed through. The To panel is used to define the calculation endpoint. The available options are: end at a selected waypoint, end at a specific point on the route. The calculated distance result is displayed. Variance analysis. Click on the Pair of Data button in the Route Monitoring dialog. The pop-up Pair of Data dialog box represents the route planning settings and calculations in comparison with the current sensor data. Read out waypoint information. To obtain detailed information, click on the desired waypoint in the chart. The pop-up Waypoint dialog box displays detailed information such as the waypoint's position and planned ETA, compared to the current ETA. Route monitoring alerts. Based on the customized settings, as well as current speed and course information, the ECDIS generates the following route monitoring alerts, independent of the selected mode of operation. Alarms. Crosstrack. The old ship exceeded the set route crosstrack distance. End of track. Owned ship is approaching the last waypoint. Warnings. Arrived at waypoint. The owned ship has reached the arrival circle. Arrived at wheelover line. The owned ship has reached the wheelover line. Course difference. The limit between owned ship's heading and leg bearing has been exceeded. Note: if the system is connected to an autopilot system, the ECDIS will generate additional monitoring alerts such as early course change limit. The old ship is approaching the wheelover point. Old ship symbols. This topic explains the different options to display the own ship symbol. Display settings. To set the display settings, access the menu, open View, and select Options. Next, click on Own Ship in the Classification pane, and go to the first page of the editing pane. To toggle between symbol and outline mode, click on the Type combo box, and select either outline or simplified symbol. On-ship symbols. Simplified symbol. The circular symbol will always be displayed, regardless of the displayed range. This is also a fallback mode, if the on-ship's heading is not available. Outline. The true scale outline is the default setting, and is displayed on large-scale charts display. Ship direction indicators. The ship's direction is represented by a vector. The vector's length is based on a set time, and symbolizes the estimated course. Heading and course vector settings. Access the menu. Click View, and select Options. Next, click on Own Ship in the Classification pane. The following velocity vector features are available. Ground stabilized vector, based on speed and course over ground. Sea stabilized vector, based on speed through water and heading. Stabilization indicator, to clearly distinguish between both vectors. Vector time mark, additional time marks on both vectors. To activate a certain display feature, select the respective checkbox of the item to be displayed. To change the interval for time marks on both vectors, select the desired time from the interval combo box. To define a length for both vectors, click in the time numerical field, and enter the desired value. Past track indicators. The past track provides a graphical overview of past positions. It can be used to compare the planned route with the actual traveled track. Past track settings. Access menu. Click View, and select the Options submenu. Next, click on Own Track in the Classification pane. To activate the past track, select the Past Track checkbox. The plot color and track period can be defined by selecting the respective combo box. To display additional time marks, enable the Time Labeled checkbox, and define the interval for the labels. To display individual past positions, click on the Past Position checkbox. The interval can be set either to a specific time, or distance.